Hi, Nick Osborne with the Personal Training Department Blueprint, back with our next lesson on what systems you need to put into place to have a successful personal training department and get into that 15, 20, 25% of your members using personal training, not the 3 to 4, maybe 5% that are currently using your personal training department. So a recap. First video is all about why you need to make changes, what your members are experiencing, what it will do if you make changes, how it can really impact your business. Then the first system video that we had was all about our sales system. What sales system I suggest you put into place and how to do it. The second video is all about professionalism, having professionalism standards for your trainers so they know what their job is, why it's their job, and how to do it so that they're more successful. More clients or potential clients want to spend money with your trainers so that everybody is more successful. The third video was all about marketing systems. So I gave you something like 8 or 9 things to do to actually start making money from your marketing system and getting more people involved. Again, if you don't want to go through and put all these systems in place, contact us. But if you're wanting to do it on your own, do all this work on your own, I'm going to give you every system we actually provide, give you an overview so you can go do it on your own. Today's lesson is all about implementing a life coaching system in your personal training. Now, I believe the industry is going 2 different ways, and you can choose which one you're going to. One is all about group training. It's all about getting the clients into classes or group training sessions and beating their butt. Boot camps, modified Group X classes that you charge for that have completely no coaching whatsoever. Or we're going to go to the life coaching system. Now, the way that we do it in the integrated functional coaching system is actually offer both products. But we start off with our fat loss system, fat loss blueprint system, in the coaching model, because we believe that paying one-on-one for just exercises will go away probably in the next 5 years. So we want to be able to offer both products, but let's start with the most intricate right off the bat, but it's so close to what we're currently doing that it's not that far off. It's life coaching. Now, there are some great life coaching certifications out there, but I think that they're overkill for about 99% of our clients. Now, I have a life coaching certification. I've worked with additional life coaching certifications. I actually have 2 PhD psychologists as clients. One of them we actually use in our system when we educate trainers on both the fat loss level and on the integrated functional coaching level. We have Paula Butterfield comes in and works with us a lot. And when we do our in-house training in December, she comes in and works with owners a lot. So it's part of what we do. But we know that almost every client knows what they need to do. We just need to help them say what they need to do, put it on paper, and then hold them accountable to it. And that's what our life coaching system is all about in our program. The first thing that we want to do is have our clients set some goals. Most clients have no idea how to set some goals. They never write them down. No one ever talks to them about setting goals, not just the 20 pounds that they want to lose, other things. Treat their kids better. Take more stairs, not the elevator. Stop smoking, all of these things. Stop drinking. Tons of things that the client could be spending their attention to, but no one helps them set goals and break those things into smaller elements. Now, you don't have to be certified as a life coaching specialist to help the client set goals and help them reach them. You just need to know how to do it. So setting up a life coaching system can be one of the most effective things you can do to keep clients longer and then to differentiate your training department into an actual coaching department. I've been to industry gurus and experts that say, stop calling it personal training. Just start calling it coaching. Well, unless you're offering a coaching product, it doesn't really matter what you call it. It's still personal training focused on exercise. A coaching product looks at the person holistically and then offers solutions to other parts of their lives that's not just centered on exercise. We have clients that set goals and that have to do with how much time they're spending at work versus their family. These are things that when we start having our clients trust us enough to do that, They never fire us as clients. So we want to use the whole SMART thing. We want to make sure that they're specific, measurable, yada, yada, yada. Look it up. I'm not going to go into it. But set some goals. We have a very simple form that we use once every 6 weeks with the client that refocuses them on goals, whether to stay with the current goal that they're working on or shift to something else. When we do that, it changes what we focus on with the client. It allows the client to know we're there to support them. So setting goals is huge. Now, we also want to learn how to motivate and teach our clients. So that's why we have different ways of motivating our clients based on their history. So let's go into a couple of these. First is learning style. So some clients learn auditorily. In other words, they listen more. So they're more listeners than they are doers. Then you have the visual, the ones that want to see you do it. And then you got the kinesthetic learners. Those are the ones that once you out of the way, them on the equipment or doing whatever, and you correct them as they go. Figuring that out right at the beginning is huge to the client really paying attention and knowing you can speak to them and teach them in a way that's really effective to them. Some people get this right off the bat, some people it takes a while, but if you can really focus and listen to the client say, I hear what you're saying. They say things like that a lot. More than likely, they're auditory. I see what you're saying. Visual. I feel what you're saying. They're doers. And if you go in and the client says, well, show me really quick what to do, they're a visual. Tell me what to do real quick, they're auditory. If they say, let me do it, you correct me, they're kinesthetic. If they're bored while you're doing it, they're antsy, they keep wanting to reach for the weights, get out of their way. Some trainers like to tell too much and speak too much when the client wants to see or wants to do on their own. So making sure that you're teaching them in their own learning style is huge. The next is workout history. Some people have never been there before. Some people have been where they want in the past, and some people are there now. You don't motivate these people the same way or teach them. Imagine motivating somebody and saying, remember that time when you were really in good shape and how you felt, and they'd never been in shape before? I mean, that sounds silly, but you got to know these history things and then how to present this back to the client. If the client was there in the past, you can get them emotionally tied to how they felt before and really want to elicit that same feeling today. So knowing whether they've ever been in shape before or not or now is really key. And you can't, somebody that's in shape now, you got to find a different way of motivating them. And again, all this information is built into our system. We want to teach the trainers this, but you can teach them that also. So another way that we motivate and teach our clients is from life stance. So you have some people that are oblivious how they've gotten where they are in life and how to get out of it. These are the tough ones to really motivate. But then you have other people who move away from pain, and this is the largest segment of the people. They don't like where they are now, so they move to here. They don't like where they are now, so they move to here. So they are moving away from pain all the time. I don't like feeling fat. I don't feel like feeling lazy. I don't like not being able to fit into my jeans. It's all about the negative. That's fine. You can start out there. But the great one to move towards is moving towards a goal. Because when you can start a client getting away from pain and moving towards goals and talk to them about goals, you're doing a great job. Where do you want to be? Because the closer they get to those goals, the more motivated they are for success. And the longer they stay with you and the more valuable that they stay with you, the more valuable they find the trainer, the more valuable they find the program, and the bigger raving fans that they become of the program. And the final thing that we focus on is attitude towards fitness. There's a large segment of the population that come to personal trainers because they're in the punished mindset. And that means if I don't lose 40 pounds, my wife's going to leave me. If I don't stop smoking, I'm going to die. If I don't get into shape, I'm probably going to have a heart attack. My doctor gave me bad news, and that's why I'm working out. My wife gave me bad news. I look in the mirror and I'm sick of myself. So they come to work out with personal trainers from the punished standpoint. We want to shift those people to pinned. What pinned is let's set some goals in the future. Where do you want to be? It could be they're pinned to their daughter's wedding, an anniversary, their graduation anniversary, whatever it is, there's something in the future that they've pinned themselves on. I'm going on vacation in 6 months. I'm getting married in a year. I want to lose 40 pounds for those things. I want to get into great shape for that. Whatever it is, they're pinned to something. And you can usually work with that person, but you need to make sure that you set goals beyond what they are setting goals for so they can stay with you longer. Final way to motivate somebody is pumped. In our attitude towards fitness, you have some people who are just pumped about fitness. These are oftentimes our trainers, but the bulk of the people that are trainers don't hire personal trainers. The people who are pumped about fitness don't hire trainers. So you got trainers who are pumped about exercise, love working out, just can't wait to do it, but the bulk of the people that they work with are in that punished or pinned mindset. You got to get the trainers to learn how to motivate people who are not pumped about exercise, because they're never going to be. So you've got, again, learning styles. So how we motivate and teach. Learning styles, auditory, visual, kinesthetic. You got workout history. Never been there now. Life stance, oblivious to how I got there. Moving towards goals or moving away from pain. And then attitude towards fitness. Punished, pinned, or pumped. You get a trainer to be able to sort these things out in a life coaching motivation style, you're going to have some extremely powerful coaches. So this is what we're talking about. We're saying switch from a personal trainer to a coaching model, and you get completely different people working for you, and you get the people that are working for you operating completely different in a way that completely separates you from everyone else. So that unique product that we're talking about. And then we need some accountability. So we want to have the trainers be consistent enough. Remember back in our professionalism video, we talked about consistent. I want trainers to be able to ask questions and track information every time a client comes in. So we're going to ask them these questions every time they come in. What went well since the last time we were working together in regards to either fitness or your goals? What did you have problems with? How is your nutrition on a scale of 1 to 10? How is your recovery? So foam rolling, stretching, hydration, sleep, all of that. How's that been on a scale of 1 to 10 since the last time we talked together? How are your additional cardio workouts that you should be doing on your own? How are your additional workouts that you should be doing when you're not with me going? How's your time balance? You and I talked about as professionals, I want to spend 12 hours a week with my kids, just 45 hours a week on my career, and I want to go to church for an hour to 2 hours every week. How is your time balance going? Is it out of scale? So we want to have all of this in a system. And I want to also track how they're feeling about themselves, what their image is on themselves. I want to track their body fat percentage and their body composition. And I also want to track how much effort they give on a daily basis when they're with me. I'll ask them, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how well was today's workout? How much effort did you put in? How good were you at today's workout? This sounds like a lot, but if you have a system in place that tracks all this and has a coach ask these questions every single time the coach works with the client, you will have a completely different product. And then if you can shift that responsibility back to the client, so you say, well, Mrs. Jones, I see that we haven't lost hardly any body fat since our last measurement 6 weeks ago. Your body image has stayed the same, and your overall happiness has stayed the same. These are things we actually track with our Fat Loss Department Blueprint and the IFCS level. Let's look at some other things. Since the last time we were together, your nutrition has gone from an 8 to a 6. Your recovery program has also gone down to a 6. You're not doing any additional workouts, and you're not doing any additional time balance work on your own. So what's going on with your life, Mrs. Jones? Well, I'm going through some troubles. I'm really not focused the way that I should be focused on getting the results that you want. The coach then just asks, what can I do to help? What can we work on together? What can I hold you accountable to actually changing this part of your life? Think about the strength of that program. If your trainers can stop worrying about squats and start talking to this person about affecting the rest of their life, and that goes to an easy to follow and implement life coaching program. So get on this. This is key to you separating personal training from everything else. It also allows personal training or personal coaching to compete with free classes in your club. If you're the personal training manager and you go, wow, our free classes are really kicking our butt. More people are using that, less people are using personal training. That's because you're comparing squats in a free class to squats with a personal trainer. Start offering a different product. I guarantee you will make a tremendous difference. If you don't want to learn how to do this, you don't want to reinvent the wheel, come to us. We actually have this in detail, how to actually implement it in our systems to change the difference in your club from personal training to personal coaching. All for the price, not joking, of about one new client every month will pay for our system. It's easy to follow, easy to implement, and it actually educates your trainers so each one of them changes from exercise person into being a personal coach to all of your clients. It's huge. And when we talk about this, we talk about changing systems, people always ask us, is it worth it? I'll go back to our 1,000-person club. If you've got a 1,000-person club, you should be making $360,000 every year minimum from your personal training clients or personal training department. That's at only a 15% penetration rate. If you offer a coaching product, you can go higher than that. So let's just stay at the 15%. And let's say right now you're offering what you're offering and you have a 4% penetration. Each client's spending about $175 a month. So every 1,000 members annually, you're making about $84,000 in revenue from personal training. This means that each year you are missing $276,000 in training revenue. And over the next 5 years, it's $1.4 million in revenue you are missing. I think it's worth putting these systems in place. And if you don't want to invent them, go ahead and hire us to do it. We'll help you put them in place and train your trainers and give the owners and managers the information they need to be successful. So until our next video, my name is Nick Osborne with the Personal Training Department Blueprint, helping you put systems in place that actually make you money.